Good afternoon. It is June 3rd, 2022, and today we had a mostly down day. Really after the opening, it was pretty much like a range. I would say with a downward bias. You can see we closed lower. There were some really good trades in right after the opening, but other than that, I didn't really like it. It was very choppy, so I didn't really like what I was seeing. I do believe that both this larger transparent channel is valid and this yellowish greenish channel, I think they're both valid. Yeah, so let's take a look here. We had some like news items at 5, and that's what caused this spike in volatility. Excuse me, I'm just getting comfortable. So I see this channel up, and we get a break, and we get a move to a new high, and then you got a lower high right here. This is a failed second entry short, and you are expecting a new high, so I put a box under that, but you can see it looks pretty congestive, and that you're going into the highs. It's risky, and we've been down in the overnight. The bias. So that's a nice trap. They trapped a bunch of longs here. And yeah, so I guess you could have had a channel close to this, the green one, right after these two swings. Maybe. But anyway, just some selling. You can't take this second entry short. It didn't close well. I was pretty bummed about that. I mean, maybe you can mark that green, but I was hoping it would close a bit better than that. We come here right after the open, a bunch of buying comes in. First entry, second entry. I marked this red, but you are a bit away from the not you're a bit away. This is a strong leg up, so you might get a second leg. But that's low risk. That's why I think that's probably why I marked it red. Then you get this lower high, but the problem is there's not enough room back to the EMA, and we don't know if this is going to be a range. So that's aggressive. But then when you get this failure and it's off that trend channel, I think you got to go short there. Unfortunately, it closes right at the EMA, so it's not perfect. But I think in the context, you'll probably think about that. Okay, so I think I had an interruption. I was right here, I think. And you get a first entry, second entry, short, right off that trend channel. I think you got to take that. Lower high right here, but you're going into the lows. Not a good idea. But then you get this failure, and it broke lower. So that's going into the lows, but that looks pretty good. And then we just hit this overnight. Or, I mean, not this overnight. We create this new low, and we start bouncing. We break this green channel, and we didn't make it to the lows of the larger blue channel, so you're probably thinking something's up right here. But you do get what looks like a double bottom and a first entry, second entry, and that kind of looks like a repeat of this, so you might take that. But you do get a leg up here, another leg up, so that's why that's aggressive, and that's why really this one's aggressive too, but it's lower risk. This is just congestive from here. Just very congestive. And it does have a downward bias that is clear, so you draw that trend channel, and it just turns out to be a flatter channel that holds prices for a while. I don't see anything in here, really. We break lower here, break up into a range, and it's just too choppy, unfortunately. Maybe you would look at this as this is a double top, but then we get this, so that's the failure. That's too congestive. We get lower highs in here, but too far from the EMA. Then you get a second entry short right here, but this looked like a double bottom, so I wasn't ready to pull the trigger on that. Breakout with trend, fails. Nice little trap right here. You can see it ticks one tick lower and then goes higher. They trap shorts, take it a little higher. Get a first entry, failed second entry right here, but that's above the EMA. Nothing in here. Overshoot leads to a break. Yeah, I don't see anything in here. You get this little spike in channel right here, and that is the first break of this channel, or that leads us to the first break. I like this because we make this like triple bottom. These are higher lows, and it's clearly a spike in channel, and so it kind of looks like a second entry, but I looked at this as a double bottom, first entry, failed second entry, short, good signal bar, room to the highs. So that's the only log I marked today. You get this channel up, break, move to a new high, lower highs but no setup. Come down here, break, and you get a nice little trap here. I think this was like a 3-tick failure. So they trapped a bunch of longs right here. And when it makes this matching high right here, I think that's an aggressive entry, but you might consider that. First entry, second entry, no setup. Oh, I just realized I was doing this in purple and yellow. I'm sorry to the viewers. But yeah, purple is down and yellow is up. I just realized that. I don't see anything in here. Probably break out the range to the high side, the range from over here. And that fails, and we're just chopping. We get this break, move to a new high. You get this lower high. You might take that. It's at this important level of resistance, you see. So you might take that. That brings us into 1230. The only thing I marked after that was this failure, but look how big that signal bar is. I'm not taking it. So that's what I saw for today. I hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back next week.